In this week's video, we're actually going to be opening up, testing out, and reviewing the Kemimoto phone mount, which comes with a USB phone charger, so stick around. Hey guys, what's up? Bryan here. Thanks for tuning in today. So like I said, this week we're actually going to be getting into installing and reviewing this Kemimoto phone mount that I received. Now I've got another phone mount that is kind of the same style as this one, and you may have actually seen a previous video that I did on the Bryan phone mount. Now what I mean when I say it's the same style is that it's a telescopic style phone mount. So on the back of it, it's got a ball that you can actually take and move it around and kind of orient it to however you want it to sit and then tighten it into place. Now, one major thing that I have problems with these type of phone mounts is the fact that it doesn't seem like it gets tight enough for me. Whenever you get it in the ball, tighten it down, I can still take it and kind of move it around, and that's something that I'm not too keen on. We're gonna hope that this one performs just a little bit better than the Bryan mount did on that. Now, one cool thing about this Kemimoto one is it actually has a built-in USB port on it so that you can charge your phone on the go. So let's go ahead and open this up, get our initial reaction, take it out, install it, and then we will go out, get a ride in, and then come back and review everything in the end. All right, so I've got a couple packs in here. It looks like one of them is just kind of filled with your hardware and everything like that, and then one's got your actual mount in it. Now this is what I'm talking about when I say it's actually got a ball on the end of it. And you take that ball, you've got a handlebar mount, and you can stick it in there and you can kind of orient it around. Now what I was saying is a lot of times it just seems like it still wants to move around inside that ball. It seems like you can't get it tight enough. So we'll see how this one actually does on that. Now one big thing I do notice about this also is the way that the phone actually mounts into it. The Bryan mount had little silicone pieces over it that could easily break in my opinion. This one here has some nice hard plastic. I mean, they seem pretty rigid. So let's pull the phone out, actually stick it in this and see how it holds it. Now it's actually pretty cool because this red button on there, whenever you stick your phone in it, it clamps down automatically. So we'll open this up, go ahead and put our phone in. Man, my phone actually takes almost as much as it can. And then the back side actually has a little screw that you can tighten down so that it's not gonna go anywhere. And then once you tighten it down, those are actually nice and solid and they're not gonna open up. So, well, I might break it on my own, but, so yeah, that seems pretty tough. Now, here is that USB port inside, and it's just got one port on it, but it's got a nice weatherproof door on it as well, so that you don't have to worry about getting any kind of water, any rain, or anything like that in it. So it comes equipped with two different kinds of mounts, and we're actually going to be trying to use the handlebar mount on it. And what you'll do is you'll take the nut that comes supplied with it, stick it on, stick the ball into it, and then you just tighten that nut back down onto your mount. It's kind of the same, you know, it feels like it holds just a little bit better than the Bryan mount did. I don't know, maybe I worry too much, but when you pay $1,000 for a phone, you don't want it going anywhere. And that's kind of where we're at anymore with phones. You know, you pay $1,000 plus for a new phone, so you don't want to trust it to some cheap, you know, $10 mount that's gonna fail on you. And I say that this is one of my problems with it. The Bryan mount on me, once it's on the bike, has never slipped, but I feel like they should do a better job of actually having that held into place somewhere. Now, like I said, this is actually, I mean, one of my favorite things about this so far is the way that it actually clamps down. I feel like that is really, really secure. And I like the fact that all you've got to do is pop your phone into it and it automatically clamps down onto it. And then, like I said, you just take that back side, screw that down into place, and you're set, man. That phone's not going anywhere. So let's go out there really quick. Let's install this on the bike, and then let's get a quick ride in and see how it performs. Now, as it turns out, the handlebar mount was actually too small for my bars. I run some pretty fat bars, and the mount that actually comes with it is for 1-inch bars.
So if you're using it for, fatter bars like mine, it's probably not going to work. Now they do end up sending this second mount that comes with it, and what it is a mirror mount. So I went to the hardware store, bought a bolt that was the same size as the mirrors, and I ended up just mounting it here since I didn't have the mirrors on anyways, and it kind of worked out perfectly. Now I hardwired it directly to the battery, so I didn't figure I needed to show you guys that, but I will show you how I actually ran it along the frame and zip tied it in place to keep it nice and clean. Now one thing you will want to watch out for when you're running that wire, especially if you're zip tying it in place, is to make sure that you have enough slack in it so that when you pull your bars both ways, it's not going to bind up on anything. Now one thing you may have to actually watch out for, and I'm not positive, but I'd imagine it has some sort of parasitic draw. So if you're not planning on riding your bike, very often, you may not keep it connected. The USB port here actually has an LED light inside of it. So I'd imagine that, there's some kind of draw that comes on the battery. And if you're not running your bike, ever so often, I'd imagine that it will actually drain your battery after a while. So since we've got everything actually up, installed, connected, let's go ahead and get out there and get a ride in and see how it holds up. So, been out for probably 20, maybe 30 minutes or so, and the foam mount has done a great job. I set it before I left the house, and it's done a very good job of holding up. It hasn't budged at all since I left. And one other thing that I noticed as I stuck it back on before I left the house is it's actually wide enough to hold my phone along with the case on it. And one good thing that I actually like about where I've got it positioned here on my mirror mount is it's nice and close to my left hand. I don't necessarily have to have my clutch hand on the handlebars all the time. So if something happens and I actually need to use that phone, I can do it right here, The only problem that I did find is I unlock my phone with my right hand. So I would have to actually switch that up if I plan on keeping it here and using it for, that application. As far as our bikes go, on the right side, it doesn't look like it would fit as well. And I think it would actually get in the way of these blocks here and our kill switch and everything like that. So I think the left side is actually the way to, mount it. And like I said, it's right there in my face. It's done a great job of actually holding up. So let's go ahead and get back to the house real quick and do a final review, guys.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. If you're in the market for a foam mount and you don't have super fat handlebars like I do, this may be one that you want to check out. Once we finally got it installed, it works really well. And the fact that it has that USB charger is a really nice option. I like the fact that I can actually charge my phone on the go and don't have to worry about ending up somewhere with a dead phone. Now I'll be leaving a link in the description below. So if you're in the market for a phone mount, be sure to click on that. And if you enter McMeekin in at checkout, you're going to save yourself an additional 15%. Guys, be sure to like and share this video. And if you're not subscribed, scroll down. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so that you get notified to all my new videos as soon as they come out. Next week, we're actually going to be getting in and taking that rear brake fluid reservoir and tucking it up underneath the seat to kind of hide it a little bit. So be sure to be watching for that. Other than that, we'll see you next time.